kicks, two-tone makers in the ratio when the parents can't stomach it. Guts busting out the navel. Left-handed bandit bars still llamas gaps in that shit. Ain't a over lick like a Melsa landed. My trap yapping, go ahead, tell me.
That was very aggressive.
I gotta be aggressive.
Alright, HR meeting. Cut this shit.
Episode 50 of the Rapcast. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here with us on this momentous occasion.
50 episodes later.
It only took us like 2.5 years to do 50 episodes. That's pretty, I think that's pretty good. Considering we all have lives, yes.
Wait, what? We have lives? Really?
I can't speak for all of us, but I definitely do. Yeah, if you're listening to this right now, you're probably on YouTube, but maybe you could be on Spotify or on Apple Music or things like that, because we're working on getting episode 50, big milestone here for the Rapcast, so we're trying to get on all streaming platforms. We're working on setting up a RSS feed to get that shit fucking out in the fucking minds of all these
Which
people.
Which is podcasting terms for...
Don't even ask me about this shit.
You can easily download it, kind of deal.
Yeah, so stay tuned. I mean, this episode will be out on YouTube probably before it will be on Spotify or Apple Music or anything like that, so just take a look in the description when we upload it and see what the status is there, because it could be up on there as well. So
download it so that you can have our voices on your computer permanently.
Yeah, so you have blackmail for when one of us says something problematic. You can refer back to it at ease.
Nice Hard Rock Hotel sweater that you got from on vacation.
No, it's Las Vegas. I've never been, but I aspire to go. I didn't spend too much money. So at a thrift store out in
what is that?
Schwa.
What is that drip? What is this?
It's the little Mac Miller scuba diver guy from the swimming album.
Oh.
I've had this for a minute.
That's tight. Yeah.
But yeah, you know what else is tight is this fucking episode, because we're going to be talking to some up-and-coming rappers showcase, extravaganza idea.
Yeah.
So stay tuned.
I was going to wear a top hat and have a fucking...
I think we got rid of the top hat.
A cane and do a whole, like... It's the greatest show on earth! We've got rappers and singers and other shit too. It's a whole nice time with the guys.
Well, see, that's all. You don't even need that stuff. You just did it right there. So
overture and curtain lights.
And speaking of canes, Josh has been rocking a cane. Also, this is Josh. I'm Andrew. To my right, as always,
the God,
the everlasting
Jesus Christ.
Howdy, Alex. Yeah, you fucked up your back for a hot minute there?
Yeah.
Sleeping on this very couch.
Yeah. I slept on it one too many times.
Don't I know it?
And it ruined me.
Yeah, and you'll never be the same.
And it was about a week.
And you're sitting right there, right now.
I was fucked up for about a week, and now I'm here.
I wish we had the camera going forever, and we could cut to the footage of you.
Yeah.
Like,
Now, you can see for this exact moment where his heart breaks in half, or whatever that Simpsons quote was.
Yeah. But yeah, this is exciting because we've been pretty much talking this whole time for fucking 2.5 years about only really art that has major money behind it, distribution,
appeal,
labels, and industry and all that. But there's a whole other genre of like underground, like 100 view music out there.
That's the kind of shit we're on, baby.
And that's the kind of music we make ourselves.
Yep.
Shout out now. Yeah, shout out all of our shit.
Reviews. That's pretty good.
But it's an important aspect of this whole fucking rap scene is everything that's coming up from the underground that doesn't have the attention on it yet, or it might never get that. It might never like get that big, but it's still interesting to see what people out there are making.
Yeah.
And
from different parts of the world as well.
And rappers have been reaching out to us
since the start. Since
we had like it was like episode like 7 or 8 or something when our first guy JoeJas from the UK reached out to me on this was back when I was posting it on my personal Instagram before the SuperFinger Instagram page, which check out while you're at it. Which was insane to me that like 6 episodes in or whatever, we already have people who think like we have like the ability to really reach people, but at the end of the day, people just reaching out.
Yeah.
Everyone wants some exposure, you know, they want to just...
Some collaboration, some opportunity, like that's what we're here to give today. Giving some underground rappers a chance.
Not that we're giving them the world or anything.
No, not at all. Don't expect this episode to do numbers either, really.
We're opening up...
We're just having fun.
We're opening up an opportunity to have more fun and more collaboration and stuff like that.
Yeah, and we want to do it in the future as well. Like, we have some other ideas planned. We've had this specific idea in mind for a long time. We've had, 10, 12 people that reached out to us for this episode specifically, so it was tough actually narrowing down to 3 or 4 guys, but
some of them were kind of just rappers that we weren't really into their style, like more kind of street focused, that like we feel like we'd be kind of out of our depth just talking to some guy who might sell drugs or what, we don't know, and
it could make for an interesting conversation, but for our first attempt we wanted to just kind of make it a little bit easier on ourselves and talk to people that we think that we might actually get along with in real life. So that's kind of what we looked for in the first crop of people here. Alright, so I think we should be almost ready here for the guy first up here. Ric.Indigo is this guy's name. It's at Ric, R-I-C .indigo on Instagram. And he's on Spotify, he's on Apple Music. He reached out to us saying that he has an interesting story. He claims of that he is a grad student, so he's pursuing his master's, I suppose. So he thought that would be an interesting angle to talk about, and I do really want to talk to him about that aspect of it. And how would you describe his music from what we've listened to so far?
Definitely motivational vibes. He's a good singer. I was getting, hints of kind of Childish Gambino type hooks.
Yep. This guy's a rapper, singer, and producer. Does it all. I'd agree. Very kind of motivational, chill hop, kind of boom bap style.
But hints of R&B as well.
Yep.
But there's more depth as well. I listened to his Jay Dilla freestyle thing, and he...
Yeah, that was good.
Shout out to Jay Dilla, indeed.
Yeah, and he had a whole interesting kind of stories about his own life, and the first time he was rapping, and how he felt kind of embarrassed, but then he's more encouraged to do it more.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he kind of gives you his personality a little bit more. I found his stuff to be the catchiest and easiest to get into out of all this rappers.
Pretty much right off the bat, it was this is very accessible music for sure.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see he seems like a nice guy.
Yeah.
So we'll see. That'd be really funny if he was really mean to us, though.
Well, it's kind of my kink of people being mean to me, so I'm kind of hoping that this goes poorly for us.
Why didn't you tell me all this time?
Because you're my brother,
okay,
Josh.
Never mind. Yeah,
he has a new song out right now called From Your Soul.
From My Soul.
From My Soul. My apologies, Rick, immediately. Don't mean to offend you.
Immediately fucked it up.
And Alex, why don't you spin it for us right now? We'll listen to a little bit of it. We'll give our thoughts on it, and then we'll give him a call. Can you hear this in the audio?
I just wanna speak from my soul, yeah. Doing what I love, growing old, yeah. Raise a glass to those who show the face behind the mask. Speak from your soul, no more holding back. I just wanna speak from my soul, yeah. Doing what I love, growing old, yeah. Raise a glass to those who show the face behind the mask. Speak from your soul, no more holding back. They told me I couldn't do it, but I ain't easily swayed. They got down tripping right from their lips, but I've been fed by my faith. It ain't too easy in my position, but I'm making do every day. Every night I'm on my knees with my hands together, I pray. I just wanna speak from my soul.
Then back to that killer chorus,
What I love,
keep it simple,
Yeah, man. You don't have to fucking bar out every time you step on the mic. Make a nice fucking song.
Yeah.
I said I just wanna speak from my soul, yeah. Doing what I love, growing old, yeah. Raise a glass to those who show the face behind the mask. Speak from your soul, no more holding back. No holding back.
Bridge?
No holding back.
Produced by Snooze.
Snooze, yeah. Yeah, so well produced, well mixed song. Again, like we were saying, It's super catchy. Doesn't need to be too bar heavy or like really rappy rap shit. Just make a nice, accessible kind of pop rap tune, and I think it's fire and it delivers in what it's trying to do.
I agree. I think we basically said it.
All right, well, let's speak to the man himself.
I'm curious, like, where this guy's from.
Yeah, I don't really know much about him. A little bit of an underground guy, so we'll get him on Zoom right now. So here's Ric.Indigo, everyone. Shit. Yo, what's good? You hear us?
Yo.
Yeah. What's up?
Dope, man. Okay, so thanks for being here, man. I'm Andrew. This is Alex here. We got Josh in the corner working the laptop, getting this shit going here. So we just gave a little 10-minute kind of talked about your music and what we thought of it. So now we got some questions and shit to ask you. You hear us well, you can see us. I'm gonna make sure this is recording. Actually, is something I should be doing.
Recording in progress.
Let's fucking go.
Got the notification.
Alright.
Boom.
Dope. We professionals out here. Look at us, man.
That's right.
So, Ric.Indigo.
That's right.
Tell us a little bit about your influences, your come up, how you started rapping. Just first and foremost, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Yeah. Go by Ric.Indigo. Big influence of mine, probably Mac Miller, just because he was like super versatile and like the way he was able to like tap into different genres. I remember hearing an interview by him and he was talking about, I don't want to be rapping when I'm 40, like I'm gonna be doing something different. And I mean, I'm super passionate about rap and everything, and it's always been something important to me, but I respected that he was able to like kind of dip into different genres and stuff like that. And I see you got the
Facts. Yeah, I got the hat. I got a little necklace going. Yeah, come on. Yeah, you know what the vibe is here. Yeah, man, we're big Mac fans out here.
Got
for
the
sure.
poster back here, too.
Yeah, we're repping hard. So how'd you start rapping? Like, what age?
honestly pretty late, like 19.
What?
Probably like my freshman year in college, because I always saw myself as more of a behind the scenes type of dude. Like I had been fooling around in Audacity back in like the 2010s, making like mashups and stuff like that. And I was kind of like too shy to rap or sing and stuff like that. But that was my favorite part of music, was people that were able to like perform on the mic and put together like different wordplay and stuff like that. So once I stopped like lying to myself, I was able to like kind of get on the mic at 19. I hooked up with my like good friend Chad Averson, like out of college, and we like put together like our first mixtape, and I've been rapping ever since.
Oh, shout out Chad if you're out there listening to this shit.
Wow. Yeah, because I saw on one of your songs that had Chad Averson like featured on it, right?
Yeah, that's the homie.
Right on.
Yeah, the Dilla Day freestyle thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was sick, by the way. I like how you had a whole story in that about like your first time on the mic and like how you like messed up the word and felt like embarrassed or whatever.
I think we've all been there.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times, because we're a little bit of amateur rappers ourselves out here on the Rapcast.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't tell you how many takes we've had to do for some of our first tracks. Like Josh, you had a track that you did. You were telling me the other day it took you like 87 takes or some shit. Like
there is
something ridiculous like that.
Perfectionism, bro.
There is literally a song that has called "Quiet Fears."
That's out. That's out.
It is 84 takes, and
That is crazy.
you can hear it in my voice afterwards. It got really raspy. It added to like the anger of the verse, but it was just like it had nothing to do with that. It was just like I was just so tired. Man.
Wow.
That's dope.
So your new song, "From My Soul," you're like putting out a new project for that, or what? What's the deal?
Yeah. "From My Soul" is the first single for "Here for the Summer," spelled like HEAR, like big time summer vibes. So like you hear the album like for the summer.
I'm about
Sweet.
that. I'm about that.
Coming out around June, either early June or late May. I'm really excited. "From My Soul" is like kind of what I wanted people's introduction to be to the album, like very summer vibes. I feel like I can be very like conscious, like as a rapper and stuff, but I also like want to have fun with what I'm doing. So I'm trying to balance that.
No, facts. So we hear it in the song. We just listened to it a second ago, and we were just talking about how like I just love the laid back vibe of it. Like it's like it delivers exactly what you're trying to trying to do with it. I think like you're not trying to like bar heavy shit like Rap Clinic. Like it's a nice, smooth, great hook kind of song, and it delivers the vibes that I think you're setting out for.
It's catchy too. Like it's been in my head pretty much for the last week or so.
Thanks, y'all. I appreciate that y'all mess with it. It's
it's dope.
It's my other homie Snooze. So
yeah, so that Snooze produced that.
So I'm curious about your college aspirations and stuff. So like, are you're in grad school for like what are you in for?
Yeah, man. It's kind of crazy. Like I'm current grad student, graduating like real soon in like a month.
Right on, congrats, man.
Higher education, thanks, man. So basically, like all the aspects of running the university minus teaching. So like kind of working with student development, and I do a little bit of like housing and stuff like that, and like leadership development. So trying to make sure that I'm like sewing into like those younger than me as well.
That's awesome.
Wow,
that's dope to hear. How's that gone for you? How many years have you been in post-secondary now, you think?
2.
Okay, not too bad. Okay.
Not too long.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's just a 2-year like master's program. And then I'm gonna like, knock that out and keep working on this music as well, but making sure that I can eat.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's kind of what we preach out here too, is like we rap on the side, we like doing this shit for fun, but we have like lives and like jobs, and like it's tough to balance. I wanted to ask,
but you gotta have dreams, man. You gotta
of course.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, like, how do you balance that in your day-to-day life, like in terms of the rapping and all the work you've been doing on the side?
Man, it's definitely an art to it. I think just the main thing that drives me is just my love for music. So I work all day. Oftentimes I have to work at night. Like even when I finish talking to y'all, I have to like do some work stuff, but just making that time to, find an hour here and there, or 30 minutes, or if I'm on my way to work, like listening to music or listen to a podcast about music, or writing when I'm like in the office and I like have all my work done. Like I'm finding a way, even if I'm like have one headphone in listening for samples or something on like YouTube. Like I try to like find the time. I record everything like in my room, or like if in the studio when I can, when I'm not at work. So yeah, it's definitely balanced to it.
You got that hunger in you. I wish that's long gone for me. I don't know. I remember the times when I used to fucking be freestyling in my head all day, and that ain't the case no more. But we still trying out here.
Well, yeah. I mean, we started making songs and stuff during our college years as well, and it was sort of like deciding between studying or doing raps and stuff, and like my grades took a little bit of a a bit of a
for sure. But you managed to mix the two in your classic song "Yorkie Strike Bars," which is out now, everyone. It's only been out for like 5 years now.
No, my first song was I was venting my frustrations because of I went to York University here in Canada, and it fucking went on strike
for like a year, like almost a year or some shit.
Yeah, so I had nothing to do but write rap, so I was like, might as well. Yeah.
And we forgot to ask on top, whereabouts are you from? Where's your location?
Oh yeah, I'm from Texas.
Right on.
So like, there's a great a lot of people are coming from Texas. Like a lot, like I feel like there's a lot of new artists. There's starting to be a scene there, I'm finding.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean Houston always had like the hip hop scene, but it was kind of just Houston, and I feel like it's starting to branch out a little bit more like beyond that, which is nice to see.
Right on.
That's sick, man.
And tell us your exact longitude and latitude coordinates so we can track you down. No, I'm fucking around. I'm not trying to swat you right now. And you also told us here when we were talking about doing this podcast that you run your own podcast. Am I correct in that?
Oh yeah, I actually do. That's funny. So originally I had wanted it to be a music-based podcast, of course, because that's like a huge passion of mine. But since it's like a school-related like internship type of podcast, it was actually more higher education focused. So I interview different like higher education professionals and kind of talk about their experiences, which is still really motivating to me. Like I was kind of like, I'm not sure how this is going to go, but everyone has a passion, and even if their passion isn't music, it's still like really inspiring to hear like how maybe they started in a different degree, or maybe they didn't even want to go to school, and now they found like their niche and like what makes them happy. So that's super cool.
Yeah,
that's dope. Do you still aspire to do some sort of like music podcast in the future?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely want to just be like entrenched in the music scene. Like I rap, produce. I'm trying to get better as an engineer as well, and just being able to talk to different artists is really cool. And I would love to hear more from like different people.
That's dope. Can you tell us any more about the scene that you've seen out there in terms of the hip hop scene out there in the specific area of Texas that you're in? Like, what's it like? Like, have you managed to get any shows, like collab with other people like around you? Like, what's the vibe like? Do you know?
Yeah. So I've kind of lived in a lot of different areas in Texas. Like, I'm from like a small town called Tyler, and then like I did college in like little like College Station, like Texas A&M basically. So there wasn't really a hip hop scene out there. It was mainly country, of course. But I say the biggest scene that I've been around has been Houston. There's like a lot of good artists coming out of Houston. I've been able to collab with, a lot of my friends like Wandered and Snooze and Chad, of course, and Anthony Clark Jr., shout out him. And I haven't really reached that point of like branching out to a lot of different artists that I don't know, but I'm kind of building my way up to it. But I think one shout out I can do is Juan Poetry. It's called Right About Now Poetry, and it's super dope out of Houston. It's a lot of poets that have like original content. They get up there and do like the slam poetry thing, and I was like getting into that scene before I had to move away, and it was like really cool to be around them and be around other like people that are into bending words and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's dope. Because actually, that's funny. Because me and Josh here, was it 2 weeks ago or something like that? We were at this place in Hamilton City, like that's near us, for a poetry night. That sounds very similar to where some of them were like almost kind of rapping like straight up. And I was like, poetry is cool. I'll snap my fingers. I'll play along, and I fuck with the wordplay and shit. But then when some people actually got up there, like started like almost kind of rapping in their delivery, that's when it kind of clicked a little bit for me. And I'm like, okay, there's huge potential here. And Josh did a poem, and it was a poem that was a verse. And just it's cool to see how interconnected those worlds actually are.
Isn't rap, or the original definition of rap, like rhythm assisted poetry? I think.
Yeah, I heard that before.
Yeah, I think you're onto something there.
Even if that's not, even if it's not, and I just made it up.
Yeah, that's you're dropping wisdom out here.
Sounds legit.
Yeah. If it sounds legit, then that's all that matters.
It's interesting to hear about like the scene out there, because it seems like other than Houston, it's not as like popping off. It's interesting here because we're like in the Toronto scene, or we're trying to be a little bit, and it's almost harder. You would think it's a little bit easier, but just because there's so much demand. Because there's so many people trying to do the same shit and trying to get shows, trying to collaborate. It's almost like it's almost too much. Like it's trying to find like the little in between spaces you can try to get in and do what you can do, but it's tough even in big cities.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's any other. From My Soul was dope. I like Time Flies a lot. Storms is short and sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Dilla Day freestyle, if I can go back to that for a sec. You talked about, kind of freezing up, that kind of shit. Was that when you were, like, performing live for the first time, or was that when you were just, like, recording yourself the first time?
No, yeah, dude, that's actually a really funny story. It was, like, my first time performing live in front of a pretty big audience.
Crazy.
It was another, so it's funny, I'm, like, in the education scene, but, like, I worked for this company called College Advising Corps, and it was all about...
Yo, shout out College Advising Corps. Let's go. Boop, boop, boop.
Higher education.
They're listening. You know that.
Yeah, I had to advise a bunch of high school students on like how to get to college and stuff. But the thing is, we have this conference every year, and it's a national like organization. So people from all over went to Boston, and they have a talent show because everyone there is like fresh out of college, and they thought it would just be cool to have a talent show. So of course I signed up. Got up there and like freezed up. Like I like to say there was some delay on the mic or something, but I think I was just a lot of nervous energy. So it did not go as well as I thought it would, and I was just doing like a chance cover at the time, like it wasn't even original material.
Yeah.
And it just didn't go well, so that's what inspired that line on Dilla Day of like freezing up, and I got to perform Dilla Day live, and it went like way better. So
that's
it was
awesome.
good that I was able to.
Yeah, you got to get the one off. You got to get one bad time off, and then I mean, we can't really relate. We performed one time and it was fantastic, but
well, in our memory,
we remember it being like that was the best fucking night of my life. It could have been trash. We don't actually really know.
But there was a couple like precursors to that were kind of like half show performance.
Yeah, we've done little kind of thing. I've been at like some parties,
but it's kind of school related stuff. It's not really the same as like you're out there in the world like for
Yeah, but that's the next thing that we want to do is we got a whole group out here. Like we're SuperFinger. We got Fanny Pack, which is a bunch of my other friends that also rap. And we're trying to do some shows out here. It's just finding the time because there's like 7 of us, so trying to get everyone's schedules aligned is proving to be difficult.
Yo, you mentioned Mac Miller. Like, what are some of your other top like favorite rappers, or like someone you dream to work with in the future someday?
And don't worry, we'll judge you based on these.
No, you're good. I honestly I take pride in like everyone I'm like a fan of, because I'm a fan of so many different people. Like my debut album, Mended Sails, was inspired a lot by, like, obviously Mac, but like Earl Sweatshirt.
Another shout, yeah.
Navy Blue the Truest. Freaking all that like low NY scene, like Mike and like all of them.
Yeah.
Freaking Alchemist. All those type of like super like sparse like lyrical dudes. Arm and Hammer. And even like Milo, who kind of has that like
baby,
background.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of this guy.
He's Rap Fiera.
Yeah.
Changed his name, but yeah.
Oh, I've heard his shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that whole slums kind of scene that we've talked about on this podcast many times, because we're also huge fans of those. Pretty much everyone you just mentioned. That's such a crazy scene coming out. How it's like so minimalist, but also it's so focused on like the lyrics, and it's just like almost like poetry, like you were kind of saying before. Like that's also huge inspirations for us as well.
Yeah.
And people that we cover
like
often.
in my like super lyrical bag, and then I've been trying to, of course, get more melodic too as well. So like even up and coming groups like Planet Giza, which is like from Montreal, I believe.
Okay.
Like,
Planet Giza.
Yeah, I've never heard of them. All right,
I have to look them up for sure.
They're dope. Like, and like Saba,
Saba,
man. People like that too.
Man, we got the same taste. Look at us.
One thing we want to get you before you get out of here. Can you say, hey, this is Ric.Indigo. You're listening to the Rapcast. You know, keep it locked, or whatever. You can freestyle your own little like.
I got you. All right, what's up, y'all? It's Ric.Indigo, and y'all are listening to Rapcast.
Woo!
Like that.
Boom! There you go. That's all we need, baby. That's all we need. All right, we don't want to take up too much more of your time here.
You're a busy man.
We will say though, if you want, we'll give you an opportunity. If you want to do a cappella, if you have any bars you want to spit, anything you're working on, feel free. You don't no pressure. You don't have to. We didn't even discuss it in the emails. Don't worry about it if you don't want to.
And no blaming the mic this time.
Damn! That's too soon, bro.
As a rapper, you gotta be ready. You gotta be ready. Like you can't come in like. I don't know, half stepping.
I know.
Okay.
Oh, next time I'll rap. No. Right now.
I'm ready.
Okay. Whenever you're ready.
You said acapella?
Yeah. If you want to pull up a beat, feel free. But we don't have. We kind of were unprepared. We didn't really have any beats prepared.
This whole thing's just fly by night.
I was wondering how that would work with like the delay. Probably like y'all would probably hear. Like
since I'm recording the actual like Zoom call, I can just like pair it up. It'll kind of be a bitch for me to do in the podcast and editing, but I can just like kind of line it up a little bit. I'm used to doing some fuck shit for this podcast, man. It's ridiculous.
He's the editor. He does everything. I just chill.
I'll go no beat. It's cool. It's fine. Okay, we vibing. I've been cooking up something exciting, kicking my feet back, unwinding. I just keep counting and hiring accountants because everything turned into gold like a Midas. Hey, I just buy me some diamonds, buy me an island, buy me a jet. Run to each city, collect on the bets. What a surprise, we could cover the spread. I just flipped the script, went from a hobby to mastering hits, mastering albums and singles while blasting my speakers. We here for the summer, play this in your whip. I speak from the soul and bowl, indigo, worth more than gold. Gotta throw trolls and foes who gotta throw shade, but they'll never fold. Got it all buttoned up, got it all sewn. I'm reaping all the fruits from all the streets that I've grown. Texas be the home, ring little bro on the phone. He gifted jewels on my wrist, shiny like the chrome. Teeth is still glistening. Haters stay whispering. Yeah, they play my album, but pretend like they ain't listening. Done with the pretending. Music, the motive and mission. I ain't never stop until I cop the max extension. Indigo.
Let's go, baby. That was fire, man.
Go.
Here for the summer, out this June. Is that a Rapcast exclusive, by the way?
Yeah.
Does anyone else know this information?
No one knows. So yeah, y'all are.
That's great. Hey, if you want to, also if you want to cut anything at all that's happened, reach out as well.
Also, your name, by the way, Ric.Indigo. Is there anything behind that? Like, why Indigo? Or
That's a
is
good
it
question that I
just sound
didn't
cool,
think
or
of.
what?
Yeah, great question. And actually, like, this is my next single that's coming out. Dang, I got my calendar right here. What day is this? March, April.
31st today.
March 31.
It's gonna come out April 14th. Indigo is, and the whole single is dedicated to explaining why my name is Ric.Indigo. But to give the listeners, like, long story short, it's basically one, the color is like super versatile because when you Google indigo and like click on the images, it gives you a million different shades of the color indigo. Is it purple? Is it blue? Whatever. So super versatile, and also just being caught in between a lot of different groups. Like, are you with the cool kids? Are you with the nerds? Are you with the rappers? Are you with the people that listen to like 70s soul or whatever the case may be, and being able to fit in with every group and not being boxed in with like, oh, you listen to this type of people music or that type of people music. No, I listen to good music, period. So that's how I got Ric.Indigo.
That's great. What a perfect segue to lead up to the new single coming out.
That's sick, man.
All right,
we're thrilled to talk to you. This has gone amazing.
Well, we have to let you go now, though. We got a few other people lined up here. Really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to talk to us. We'll be in touch. We'll love to collab in the future in any sense of the word. Take it easy, man, and stay blessed. Keep your head up and keep grinding, man. You got it.
For sure, man. Thank y'all so much for having me. Like, I appreciate this opportunity, and I hope y'all keep cranking out episodes.
Yes, sir. We're not going to stop.
Man.
Oh God, we're not going to stop. Unfortunately,
we're gonna till we die.
For better or worse, we gotta keep going.
We need to hire an editor. That ass. All right. All right. We'll let you go. Ric.Indigo, everyone. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. We'll be in touch. All right.
You.
Take it easy,
Peace
man.
out, bro.
Recording stopped.
Boom. All right. That was dope.
Well, that went pretty. That was probably more than what we.
That was better than I expected.
For a second there, I was like trying to find the Google Doc with the questions, and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm looking at my phone too much." Like this guy is gonna think I'm fucking bored by what he's saying.
Yeah, I get you.
Hey guys, Andrew here from the Rapcast. Just letting you guys know that the next 3 or 4 minutes of the podcast is just going to be us fucking around, because there were a few rappers that we had lined up for this episode that bailed on us last minute. So we hope you enjoy us having fun.
Dude, I love that moment when somebody in the room is watching your story and you're like, yeah, I know that. I know that audio.
Skip it right away.
You're like, just
I fucking see them.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Nothing breaks my heart more than knowing some people skip my stories.
No, you have to sit there and watch. Yeah,
You have to watch all my 1 minute long stories.
All my concert videos for the 25 fucking
the
1975 concert videos that I took the other day. Some shit like that.
If you went to the 1975 concert, I would have you fucking indicted. Yeah. Castrated.
Hung for that shit.
Hung, drawn, and quartered.
Tarred and feathered for that shit, bro.
Have any sex lately?
No.
Yeah.
It's funny, Isaiah.
I don't do anal and tell. Oh, fuck.
Isaiah was telling me, it was like, okay, so you got to do your homework on D'Angelo. So listen to like these ones, and listen to blah blah blah. Listen to Voodoo right before you have sex. And I'm like, I'm never gonna listen to it then.
Yeah.
You know how long it takes me between fuck sessions.
Fuck Sessions is such
episode title.
I don't like it.
Please cut that.
I don't like it very much.
And now
Yo, Alex.
we play the waiting game.
Go acapella right now. Spit some shit. So it's our turn now. Josh, give us a beat.
Boom, boom, bap, boom, 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 bap.
Yo, Rapcast. I hit that bitch like Falcon Punch.
Wow,
She too busy eating a calzone for lunch.
Yeah.
What if Ganondorf rapped?
I'm canceling the 50th episode.
I think it would go a little something. Yo, Link freaking sucks, and all the other guys from Legend of Zelda can suck my dick because I'm Ganondorf, yo, and you can't fuck with me.
Catastrophe. I'm gonna pause recording.
All right.
We're gonna be talking to the epic rap battles of history next.
One that always makes me mad is some call me the gangster of love. Like,
Gecs are
Yeah.
who the hell
You know, it's
has
kind
the
of hard.
audacity?
It's kind of hard. Alex is looking like the gangster of love right now. Look at him.
I've literally been called the gangster of love 3 times in my life.
Okay, we're recording.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's like a guy who robs the condom store or something. I don't know.
Sex
Okay,
shop.
taking off the
condom store.
silly
People bought
hat.
condoms?
You know, the condom
Whoa,
store.
we're clearly the same place and time as the interview you just saw with Ric.Indigo, right?
Except that was on Saturday or
Oh,
on Friday,
let's not break the
March 31st, and today is Wednesday, April 5th.
5th. Well, it's been an interesting ride to get here. We wanted to do all 3 the night of, but our next guest, JoeJas, had a show that night. Couldn't do it, I'm pretty sure. And then
My working theory on is he thought that this whole thing was an April Fool's prank on him or something.
that's a good. That's not a bad play.
I'm still reeling with being ghosted by a rapper.
A big
I don't
update.
know if I'll ever really recover or know how to trust rappers again or whatever. But
a big update is the next day I went to see Morgan and I was like, "Can you look up this guy because he's blocked on like all of my photo account, my Young Jizz account, SuperFinger account, like all of them. I can't see him."
Yeah.
And she saw it. It's still up, so he just blocked like every.
He just blocked all of us
somehow. He somehow knew which ones were all of us.
Can you still see the messages?
I don't know. I'll check.
You can.
Okay.
You can still see the messages? Then I don't think that it's a block.
But you can't look him up though.
Like you can see the message, but then you click on his name and it says
It doesn't go anywhere.
no, like no posts, no anything. You know, so.
Yeah, but like I think I read somewhere that you can like if
maybe
you
he
can
like
still-
restricted or some shit like
if you can
us.
still see that, if you can still see them, your message history, then you're not blocked.
The point is, we're moving on from. It took another few days because the bout of COVID running through the family. I had.
Are you guys
hives.
okay?
I had hives for some reason, but I'm fine now. Josh was sick, but not with COVID. He tested negative like 3 times.
I'm still like I've gotten through the worst of it. I went through the worst of it last night, but I'm still like pretty bad.
But here we are. We finally managed to get JoeJas on the line here coming up in just a bit. We're going to talk about how this kind of came to be a little bit because I don't think we have done that yet with him. And I'll let Alex take it away because he reached out to us fairly early on Alex's account before we even had our at SuperFinger Inc. Instagram account.
Yeah, I think I did mention it before. But
maybe you did.
I'm okay with repeating myself over and over.
Just to save me the fucking editing trouble. See, now you're the burger, and now I can do whatever the fuck I want.
He messaged me on November 26th, 2020.
Okay, so this was like a few episodes in. Like, well, let me cross-reference this to see what episode of the podcast.
That was like 5 or 6 episodes in.
Okay,
basically.
I believe you.
This was when JoeJas, who you guys are going to know in 5 or 10 minutes.
And you're going to love him.
He sent me the message trying to promote his album Four Wing Island that he produced completely by himself.
Mm-hmm.
He sent me the music videos that he made for it.
And was it his intention to be on the podcast, or was he just trying to promote his shit at this point?
He said, "Hi, saw your Rapcast podcast. Was wondering if you'd be down to check out this album."
Oh, no.
He wasn't necessarily asking to be on the podcast, but he just wanted to, get the word out.
Yeah.
I responded to him I sent him the Old Lady Ice video.
Nice. Okay, so you might have seen our stuff.
Didn't respond to that, but then, yeah, basically 2.5 years later,
you hit him up, and
I hit him up about our big rapper showcase thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, crazy that he messaged me like a long time ago, and
he's still responsive enough to 2 years later still want to do this. Which
and his I think he's like upped his game too since then.
100%.
So let's talk about his video.
We talk a little bit about himself. He's a guy out from UK. He's been making music since like 2016-ish. What would you say the music is? It's like alternative rap.
Yeah, there's like skater kind of vibes in there.
Future-esque. But also like his own thing. He does his own thing too. Like it's not all like, Tyler,
that's what I originally thought, but also because
the more I listened to, because I listened to his album, most recent one that came out in August last year, Gaps and Nomads, and I'm like, no, there's way more to this than I originally thought.
I think when he originally messaged me, I thought I was more like, okay, this is just kind of like a lot like Tyler the Creator, but like I think he's really expanded since then.
I agree.
It's kind of out of left field music. I mean, this guy's from the UK. Like the Rapcast has gone international.
Here we are, guys. And if you're out in UK, fucking YI, mate. Fucking rubbish.
I am gonna ask him if he's watched Geordie Shore.
Yeah. That's a good question.
And if he supports Scotty T or Gaz or any of the.
Good shout, mate.
No. But that's just gonna be from the two of us. No one else knows about.
And follow him on Instagram at Harry Muffin Man. Right, he also goes by Fat Llama. He has a bunch of different aliases that I want to ask him about as well.
That's what. One of the things I noticed early on was the Fat Llama name, which is I guess is like his company.
Yeah, that's his brand, I suppose.
That kind of like just the branding of it all. Like I was like, okay, this is like
he's got a vision. He's got a mood board, and he's
of all the rappers we looked at, he has the most like. All the different angles are set up, like the visuals,
and he's really about it. Like he's doing shows. He's been on this. He's had the whole Vans like commercial he was in. He's been co-signed by Anderson .Paak, JID. He's won some contests and shit. He's really out there. He's really doing it. So I'm really excited to talk to him.
So let's just listen to his song Lax.
Yeah, let's do the song Lax. New music video out now. I think that's the main point we want to make. LAX, JoeJas, one word, JoeJas. JoeJas.
That would be another question.
That'll be another question. This the entire time.
Kicks two-tone, makers in the ratio when the parents can't stomach it. Guts busting out the navel. Left-handed bandit bars, still llamas, gaps in that shit. Ain't a over lick like a Melsa landed. My trap yapping, go ahead, tell me can it. But I ain't drinking fizzy and I won't bottle up. So your only choice is to throttle me till my vitals cut. Now you in jail with me haunting you.
Slow down, take a breath, wait a minute. That F-double-L got a nigga fitted. I just roll around with my villains. SpongeBob sauce out the cake, straight chillin'. Slow down, take a breath, wait a minute. That F-double-L got a nigga fitted. I just roll around with my villains. SpongeBob sauce out the cake, straight chillin'.
Underdog, cause I don't bow to any master, so they think he's with us straight till they peep my work stature. South boy, fuck your clout points, making wild joints when the crowd joins. Now I'm seeing mild coin. Been 6 since my first half cab, and it's 8 cab. Do we scrap up all these lame clans? Do you? Cause that's always the ace plan, to separate your island from the mainland.
Slow down, take a breath, wait a minute. That F-double-L got a nigga fitted. I just roll around with my villains. SpongeBob socks out the cake, straight chillin'.
Come on. Give him flowers. Give him his respect. So that was JoeJas Links album Gaps and Nomads out now. I'm interested to see what he's creating now, what he's up to right now, because that was out in August, I think that was released. So we'll check up on him and see what's what. Ask him if he knows Slow Tide personally. For sure.
Yeah, ask him what's funny.
Easily, dude. Easily, dad. Shit.
In progress.
JoeJas, here we go, baby. What's good? You hear us?
Yo.
You on?
Yo.
What's good, man? I'm Andrew. This is Alex. Josh in the corner over there. Happy to have you on, man. Appreciate you with all the twists and turns that have come here in the past few weeks, but I'm glad we finally got you on here, man.
Hey, man, we did it. We're here.
Man, look at us.
Bro, you messaged me in like November of like 2020 when you first messaged me. We had like 5 episodes out back then, so this is number 50.
We up.
We're finally here. We're going international.
Consistency.
So we want to talk to you about a few things. Have some questions lined up for you. You just dropped your new music video, Lax. Check it out now on YouTube. Tell us about the process behind making that video.
So I had the idea in my head for ages. Like, so I always have like 2 music videos for my album, and then I do like a last one for the next year.
Right on.
I had the idea of like I wanted it to be like some old school, like have like a 2000s vibe, like it was like mad chill, like a Grindin' or Mr. Me Too by like Clips.
Okay.
But yeah, I wanted to make it like in my version. So yeah, that was in my head, and I was like, how the fuck do I do that? And all I could think was like my head and the piano was the only idea I had, and then everything sprouted from there.
Well, it's a sick video, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. You appreciate it.
Now the SpongeBob. Are you wearing the SpongeBob socks?
Yeah.
Do you have SpongeBob socks? Alex is wearing funky ones right now, not SpongeBob.
Wait, hold up. No, I'm not wearing them right now. I'm just wearing some like unnamed.
Yeah, no, I'm wearing some basic ass shit. Little sock update here on the Rapcast. But all right. SpongeBob, favorite episode? Do you have a favorite episode? Favorite moment?
Oh, yo, Doodle Bob. That shit was scary.
Yes, dude.
Doodle Bob, that was like uncanny. Even as a kid, I was like, "What's going on here? Like, this is like some liminal shit."
Like, Doodle Bob was nuts.
Man, they were on something. Steven Hillenburg was on something right there. I'll say that much.
Damn.
Yeah, we love.
What's your favorite episode?
We love the
Panty Raid is underrated because what the fuck were they thinking with the Panty Raid episode? Like,
that's nuts for like kids to be watching.
It's not my favorite, but like, it's like, whoa, man, they're really doing this.
The funniest episode is Band Geeks.
That one's up there.
The one
that's the joint where he does.
They do the Super Bowl.
They do the Sweet Victory thing at the end. That was like one of the best moments of my whole childhood.
And instruments.
That's like the most epic moment in SpongeBob ever.
Whoever's the owner of the white sedan,
you left your lights on.
Yeah, come on.
Patrick with the lines.
And then I think a few years ago, didn't Travis Scott be like, "All right, he's doing the Super Bowl. He's gonna bring out." They were doing a SpongeBob like tie-in or some shit.
Yeah, did they do that?
They played like 2 seconds of Sweet Victory and then cut it off for sicko mode. And I'm like, man, I want to hear Sweet Victory on this shit. I was bummed.
Yo, shout out SpongeBob, man.
For real, go to cartoon.
To find a generation.
Exactly, man.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, bro, tell me what the whole fat llama thing. Like, where did that come from?
So there used to be a mall that we used to skate in. That they used to skate after, I think, 8 p.m. They just used to let skaters in. So if you're skating, roller skating, we could skate there. And obviously smooth as ground.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was sick. And then, so I was chilling with my homie Caius. We were just chilling. And then I was just like, oh, like, I remember Illegal Civ was really big back then. And they had all their skate videos and stuff. So I was like, I just want to do that with my friends, but like put my music under it as well. So I was like, oh, let me think of a name. And I just said Fat Llama, and I didn't really think about it. And here we are in 2023.
Wow.
There you go.
So yeah, you got like the Fat Llama
the head
thing,
the whole mask that was like looks like it was tailor made. Like that shit's crazy.
I got the mask here. Oh no, I actually don't.
Oh
no, I do.
Hey, let's go.
Shit. Yeah.
There you go.
That's ill, man.
Yeah, man.
We gotta buy one of those or some shit. Like, that'd be sick to have on the Rapcast set here.
I was gonna say, I see your music videos and live videos that I've seen as well. You're always rocking your merch. Is there a place? Do you have a website people can buy that at?
Yes, sir. That would be fatllama.co.uk.
All right, that's up on the screen. It's in the link in the description. All that shit.
That's sick, man.
I wanted to ask you a little bit about the skating culture as well. Like, what's the overall like? Because you're in the UK, right? Like, whereabouts in the UK are you, first of all?
I'm in London.
Straight up London. There you go. London town. Dope. So in terms of
East of the Thames, right? That was in your...
Yeah, there we go.
See, we do our homework here.
I know geography, okay? Don't fuck with me.
We're educated, guys. So in terms of the culture there, like what's like the skate culture, like the hip hop culture, like over there? Like we're out here, we're a few white boys out here in Toronto. Like we don't know shit.
We skate, but
I try to skate a little.
We're
bit,
not very good at skating, but yeah.
I wanna answer, bro. I want to shoot the question back at you because I'm interested in what the skate scene is in Toronto. But in London, it's actually quite big. Like normally there's a St. Paul's where everyone skates, and normally if you just go there, there'll be people skating, even though they've like destroyed the whole thing, so you can't skate there anymore. They put like skate stoppers, you know them little like knobs they put on ledges. They did that, and then they dug into the ledge, so it's actually like a gap, so you can't even grind on it.
Damn.
But like it's super huge. There's like a few skate stores. Only thing I would say is there's not a lot of indoor skate parks in London, and it rains a lot here, which is kind of like,
fuck it.
What we doing, guys?
Yeah, man. I mean, down here, like I'm not really that indoctrinated. I'm not that good to like really know the spots. Like I know some good parks. There's Shell skate park out in Oakville, which is like really sick. Some great art there, like graffiti shit. There's some good local parks around here. Indoor stuff, I'm not really too sure as well. But there's this place called the Kill Room. I've been to in Hamilton, a city right near us, where it's like it's a venue, but also like a vert ramp. So then while people are performing, you can just skate, fucking do, and there's like competitions and shit. It's so dope.
We had House of Vans, but that closed down.
Really? Damn.
Yeah, House of Vans closed down. But there is one place in London Bridge, like center of London. They're called Hop King. They do like events and skateboarding as well. Like so. If you wanted to book an event there, you could do it.
Yeah, that's one of our. We're wanting to get into the hip hop scene as well here out in Toronto. So that's definitely a venue we want to do for sure. That punk energy is dope.
That'd be fire.
Yeah, man. So in terms of the hip hop kind of community out there, like what's it kind of like? How's it like traversing and getting shows like?
For me, it was really hard at the start because I didn't find. There's definitely a community of people that love making like weird alternative hip hop and shit. But like at the start, I would say around 2015, I was like trying to get shows and shit, and that shit was not happening. So obviously, under the Fat Llama shit, I started putting on my own shows. But through that and through the years, I found there's so many people that I've met, and there's like a cool little community that I'm a part of. But I'd say in the overarching scene, you get like a few people here and there, but I don't think it seems like there's only one sound that they want to export or that can be like really shown. So I'm really trying to like fuck that shit up and be like, nah, there's like so many cool people like around here just making different stuff.
Cause we're not really that like knowledgeable about the UK scene. We know like the drill shit is like the big shit that they're trying to like push. But like we're more into like the Skepta or the Slow Tides, like you said, like the more alternative shit. Where it's like they're trying different shit.
I like Heady One.
Heady One, Central C is
Heady One got some bangers.
There's definitely some merit to that genre for sure. But it's interesting how you said like it seems like they're only trying to export something, only one type at a time. That's interesting.
Most of the people that I know, I feel like there's like a kind of ceiling for people that aren't making a certain sound, or I don't know. I find it interesting, and I want to see like why that is, or like what is that.
Right. So you've been releasing shit since like 2016, like it's in 2023. And we were talking about this right before you got on as well. Like we've seen the progression in your career, even these past 2 years since we started following you. How has like your process kind of changed since like you started rapping?
Damn. So actually in 2016, I was rapping before, but I took all my old shit down before that and was like, okay, I'm gonna start like really focusing on projects. Because before I was just put like, it was a time like 2015, 2014, like just putting random shit on SoundCloud and just being like, all right, cool. Like that's
kind of where we're at, but I get you.
Yeah. It's the best bit though. I found it.
It's dope. It's freeing because we can do whatever the fuck we want.
I love SoundCloud for that.
Exactly. And I think that really helps you get like your sound and stuff because there is no pressure. You're just like, okay, cool. I made this cool ass song. I'm gonna put it up, but I still have some of them that's still up. But from 2016, I was like, okay, let me start like formulating around projects and like really put in like promo videos and like music videos. So I think even what's changed is just like, I don't know, living. I think I always am trying to get better. I think we all are. I'm sure you two both. Everything you're trying to do, you try to get better. So that's all I think. And I guess you learn how to refine your influences. I think that's something.
And who would you say some of your influences are? Like, because we hear the hip hop shit for sure, but there's also, we hear like jazz stuff, punk stuff. There's a song, Nomad, on your last project. That's like a Beastie Boys type track almost. I guess it's a cool sound. Like, where do you pull your influences from, and who would you say some of your biggest influences are, even outside the hip hop genre?
Okay, if we do an inside, I'd say like it would be like someone like Pharrell, definitely MF Doom, Tyler, Earl, so many people. Andre 3000.
Love all those guys.
So many. Some bands I really fuck with. Waves is like one of my favorite bands.
Okay, I think I've heard of Waves.
Yeah, they have like it's like 2 V's in the name. And like people used to put the Jake the Dog as their album cover in 2011 or 10. I can't remember what year it was, but yeah, I definitely say them. Earl Klugh on the jazz side. I really love Earl Klugh. He's like some jazz guitarist. He's super fire. But yeah, it's just like smashing all that shit together and being like, well, guys, this is it. Because I guess like I'm sure you two both like listen to loads of different genres. Like even in hip hop and even the albums behind you have so much different influences.
Yeah, no, exactly. And, you know, we call ourselves the Rapcast, but also, like, we talk about R&B shit, like, alternative shit, like, all the time.
I'm always trying to talk about Green Day, but the guys always shut me up.
We want to do a rock cast for sure, like a one-off, but, you know, there's...
You gonna talk about Dookie?
Oh, man, Dookie's a goated album. That's one of my favorites.
Nimrod.
Dookie's my shit. I want a Dookie tattoo of, like, you know, there's the monkey on the side that's, like, has a piece of poop in his hand, and he's like, should I throw this shit? I want a tattoo of that shit.
You really? Oh, man.
Kind of, but also, I gotta get a few more deep before I do some reckless shit like that.
Like somewhere low-key.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Gotta cover that up, man. Yeah.
Nah, I don't know. You're very anti-tattoo here on this podcast, so...
Yo, speaking of your videos, we had to ask... Do you still have the sex doll?
Sally, I think is the name.
From the Sally's last...
in the cupboard. I've locked
in the cupboard. She's locked up.
Damn.
She's in the cupboard.
I've locked the cupboard with Sally in it. But
shit, we might have to call UK police on you, bro. That's a bit much.
Open up, police. Yeah, I still have Sally, but...
What's the relationship like with Sally? Is it on and off? Like, is it complicated? Like,
it was on and off at one point, but after Sally's Last Dance, that was Sally's Last Dance. So.
That's a heartbreaking song. Look,
I was actually here spinning that one right before you came.
It sounds like I'm being ironic, but it really is. Yeah. Like, is it the Last dance? You know, you never know.
It is.
Retiring Sally. Is that a Rapcast? Is that a Rapcast exclusive?
Yeah,
Sally's getting retired.
This is a Rapcast exclusive. I don't think I've ever. Yeah, but this is. I think maybe I've said it here and there, but I've never said it on like wax on like TV. What am I saying? On a screen. I've never said it on a screen.
Yo, for our sake, can you really quickly just say, yo, this is JoeJas, you're listening to the Rapcast, or just do your own little message here.
This ain't about me. This is all his prerogative. I ain't trying to do it.
I'm about to do an entrance.
All right.
Shit.
Oh, wait, hold up.
Dim the fucking lights, man.
It's your boy JoeJas. You listening to the Rapcast on God. Shout out my shooters in Okanaka.
Let's go. That was perfect.
That's the intro to every.
Oh yeah, we're using that every time now. I don't think there's any debate.
Yeah, that's sick, man. Thanks for that.
Got a few more questions before. I'm sure you're a busy guy.
No, dude. I'm down.
Well, it's like 11 o'clock over there, right?
Yeah.
That's great. Thanks for staying up.
No, we appreciate it, man.
I just got off work. Like, I came over here on the highway. Like, I almost fucking died on the highway.
It's been a hassle, but we're really glad
you made it.
So I wanted to ask you this as well. You've maintained like a fairly consistent like output of music throughout the years. How do you stay like motivated and like kind of avoid or work through writer's block? I just kind of want to ask most artists that at this point.
That's why I figured out why do I get writer's block? And I realized it was like, if I'm just releasing and not living life and don't have like a balance, then I have nothing to write about. And then you just end up writing about like rapping. And then you're in this weird circle where you're just like, oh yeah, my bar. But it's like, always so cool. So I always go, cool. Like, I need to take a break from like just making music and just enjoy listening to things,
I get that, man.
chilling with my friends, skating, and like things happen in your life. Like you don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, and that might just inspire like 4 tracks, and I might not make one for like 4 months. So that's why I always like try to stretch out releases. And I guess on top of that, I always try to make music that I hope will last for people for like a long time. Like, so if I don't release for another year or something, people will still be listening to the project. And if they aren't, then I've failed.
Okay. No, that's some good advice. I
hope that answered your question.
No, for sure. Because I'm in a bit of a... I ain't been writing good shit recently.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work my way through it.
It's kind of like when a comedian, like, all their jokes become about airlines and... You know, audiences.
You gotta have.
It's like you need to have a real life to base your shit off of.
You can't just sit around all day and just hope that it's gonna come. Like you gotta do shit. That being said, have you been working on anything recently? Like anything to update us on? Any new music? I know you've been doing some shows.
Yeah, I have. Got a show coming up this month, 23rd April.
Let's go. If you're in the UK, any Rapcast UK fans, check that shit out, baby.
Hey, if anyone's in the UK and London, want to come down, 23rd of April, George Tavern.
I'll fly out.
That's a gig.
There you go.
That's sick, man.
But what was the other thing you asked?
Just if you're working on any new music, anything. Like, what are you working on right now?
What am I working? I'm working on stuff for a future project which has no release date, but I'm getting like an idea. Like it's like when you know something blurry and then you're just like clearing out the blur.
Yeah, man.
I'm doing that and I'm really liking what I'm making for that.
That's dope.
And I got one more video that I want to drop from this album.
Sick.
And I'm gonna drop vinyls.
Oh, vinyls. Let's go.
I'm gonna do vinyls.
Okay.
That's nuts.
For this album, for this most recent one.
For this album, yeah.
That's sick, man.
We got to get the vinyl for that. We could have
we usually have a little vinyl here on the podcast. Would love to get one. And now you talk about the videos, and I noticed that, like, you know, you rap, but you also, like, produce all your stuff. You direct all your stuff. What makes you want to do it, like, all yourself? Is there a drive in you that's, like, I believe I can do this all myself? Or, like, do you collab with other people? Like, what's your process there?
I guess, like, when I started, I did have other people doing my videos and stuff. But I think it's, like, in my brain, if I like something, I just want to do it. So I don't even think about it too crazy. I'm just like, oh, I like this. I'm going to do it. So it was like, I saw the way people were shooting videos, and there was sometimes it's just like an idea of like, you can't really explain the shot that you want, and it might be certain colors and stuff. So you have to be like, okay, I'm going to figure out how to use the camera so I can get this idea. And that's what producing. I remember I would just go on YouTube finding them type beats. You know what I'm saying? And then after I was like, but what about if I did something here and then something here? So I was like, let me learn how to produce. So yeah, it just always happens like that.
Damn. So how long have you been producing for? Pretty much the same amount of time you've been rapping for, you think?
No, longer. No, I've been rapping longer than producing. Yeah. I think I started producing in 2014 or 15.
Damn. That's dope though. Self-taught producer, shit, man. I love the beast, man. It's super creative. I fuck with the vision hard. I just want to say shout out to. It was dope. I saw you got that Vans contest. You shot the ad for it. Got shouted out by Anderson Park JID. That must have been fucking huge, man.
It was super sick. I was supposed to open up for Anderson and then COVID.
Oh man.
What? You really?
Damn. Oh man. Out in the UK.
Like, what's that?
Out in the UK, like, was it for that?
Yeah, so he was supposed to come to House of Vans, and then I was supposed to be like, oh, yeah, da-da-da-da. But then, like, obviously COVID happened, so that got scrapped.
Damn.
But it was still cool, though.
That's too bad, but that's still, that just lights a fire under your ass.
I mean, when I saw the video of, like, Anderson .Paak shouting you out, I was like, oh, shit, like, this guy might have gotten too big for the Rapcast, but then...
I was saying, like, what's he doing reach out to us motherfuckers?
But, I mean, that's still sick. Yeah.
No, man, I appreciate it.
Before we let you go, do you want to freestyle or maybe just kick a couple bars for us?
So this is something that I didn't message. There was no I didn't talk to you about this at all before in the emails, so like feel free not to, like, please, I don't want to put you all on the spot, like, but it's on the Rapcast, so if you feel like you
can just do like a couple, like two or three rhymes.
I'm saying acapella, just some bars shit. Like, we don't have it, we're not prepared here.
Alright, man. Let's go. Hold up.
Not to light a fire under your ass or anything, but the other rapper we talked to for this episode did drop some hard bars. So you do have a little bit of a...
What the heck?
Oh, shit. Okay.
Let him spit.
Hey.
On rap fast. Boy, this the Rapcast. You ever see me with the fruits? Man, I got pears. Seen the sign? It's a scumfuck flower boy, but it's on air.
Oh, shit.
Wait, hold up. Think about stuff. I have imagination. I went to school. I'm like Kanye, bro. Graduation.
Let's go.
Album number 1, 2, or 3. Actually, nothing. That's all on me. Huh. And if I want to go in, like Beyblade, I'ma rip ya. Yeah, I'm living in London, but I don't live next to Skepta. Thought I was in here, and they thought I was in a hurry. Balling like I'm Steph Curry. Nah, that's taboo like I'm Denzel Curry.
Ooh! Okay,
Bro,
that's
you
fucking
wanna
crazy.
mess with me? Dad, you ain't even ready. Chocolate M&Ms, I'm mixed that with mom's spaghetti.
I wish I had a soundboard. Fucking boom,
Yeah, I would be playing all the soundboards right now.
Holy, that's JoeJas, ladies and gentlemen.
He's just frozen and making a very mean face right now.
What can you say? He's gone.
What's up, man? Guys, I'm back.
Oh shit!
Sorry I couldn't freestyle for you guys.
No worries, man. You know, we'll get you next time. No, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right, man. I really appreciate you coming on the podcast, man. Spitting bars out here. Check out on Instagram. Everything's gonna be linked in the description below. JoeJas, really appreciate you, man.
Hey, appreciate y'all, man. Beautiful conversation.
Man, appreciate and
also,
yo,
shout out to the Rapcast 50th episode.
Yo, we here. It's a milestone, baby. We're gonna have a celebration.
Thanks, man.
It's been 2 years, two and a half years.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And only 50 episodes in. And this one might be on Spotify. Who knows? We'll see.
Hey! No,
Just
let's
saying.
go. Let's
Just
go.
saying.
Let's go.
All right, man. We'll let you go. I know it's getting late there. Would love to work with you again in the future. Talk to you again.
Hey, man. I'm going to be tapping in all the time. You'll see me in the comments.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
Hey.
All right. Appreciate you, man. Take it
Have
easy,
a great
man.
one.
Peace out.
Good night.
Peace.
Recording stopped.
All right. Beauty.
That went pretty good.
Yeah, man. So, we hope you enjoyed all those interviews, guys, because we definitely did all of them that we set out to do. I do want to get some new music shit off, though, because there is a bunch of shit out now. We can say that the Larry June and Alchemist album is out now. Haven't listened to it yet. We're recording this on the 31st, so it's only been out for like 12 hours or whatever. Or more than that, a little bit more than that, but
there is a Big Sean song.
I listened to that one. That one's dope. First time Big Sean's on an Alchemist feature. And the feature list is stacked. Like Joey Badass is on there. A bunch of other people are on there. I'm excited to listen to it.
Yeah.
Ty Dolla Sign, Boldy James, Wiz Khalifa.
It's funny how the Big Sean hate on this podcast, which I feel like sometimes I go a little too far with.
Mainly you. I hate on him when I can, I guess, but it's not like a passion of mine.
When
like
it's justified.
Yeah,
or
when it's justified. But I don't go out of my way to hate on Big Sean. I think he's a dope rapper.
Yeah, I just find that like
it's a bit corny, but you know,
just with time or with me not listening to him that much, I start to revert to an opinion of like maybe he actually was trash the whole time and none of it was all. But
see, we've talked about this before on the podcast too. Is that this has happened a few times, even pre-podcast, if you can believe there was such a day.
Yeah,
is that like whenever Big Sean wasn't dropping, you were like, Big Sean's actually kind of shit, and then once he does drop, you rate it highly, and you're like, this is dope.
I know. But then I saw the Detroit 2 vinyl in the store the other day, and now that I have a vinyl player, hey, maybe that can be a segment we do. Okay. I got a vinyl player. Yeah. Thanks, Dahlia, my girlfriend.
What vinyls do you have so far? Let's go through them.
So far, I got
or hip hop or
2 Chainz, Rapper Go to the League,
solid,
and I got Donda, Kanye West, which for some reason sounds not good on my vinyl player, but I brought the vinyl over here and it sounds decent. So
I mean, it's probably the speakers. I mean,
could be speakers. That's something I didn't think about. Maybe
wait, speakers can be a
well, because if it's crackly, like it might be the speakers aren't like wired in correctly or something.
But then it sounds perfectly with my other vinyls. So whatever.
I don't know.
Point being,
maybe he's got a bad one.
Yeah, those are my two rap vinyls. Oh, and I have Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, which I bought before
for the podcast almost. Then you have Daniel Caesar Case Study 01.
Yes, I left it here the other day,
right in the corner there.
That was unofficial.
Yeah,
I think like so when you buy an unofficial thing from a record store, how does that make any sense? Like, did somebody make that themselves?
Yeah, and I don't know how the fuck they get the licensing to do so. Like, because I've seen I've seen Stone Mountain Kawaii, like, by Childish Gambino, and it says unofficial.
I saw that in the same store.
On it, and I'm like, the only thing you really have to worry about unofficial is that, like, the quality isn't going to be as good as if it were, like, a proper release or something.
Right.
But the logistics of it, I'm just as clueless as you. I have no idea how the fuck those get made.
Seems like very illegal.
Into stores. Yeah, I don't know.
These are... I mean, it seems like a legit record store that I was in.
No, yeah, I see them everywhere I go. There is a legit Kawaii vinyl, but just the Kawaii side. And I saw it the other day, and it was $40, and I'm like, for $40 for what, like 6-7 songs? Like, I try to collect like all of the, like, I have an unofficial 31520 by Gambino because he's like one of my favorites, so I try to get as many records as I can from him.
Oh wow!
But like it's hard to justify $40 for 6 songs, you know. Like if it was the complete Stone Mountain Kawaii tape, then I would get it, but a little bit iffy for me.
Point is, I'm also playing like Beatles and Cat Stevens vinyls and stuff at the house, and it sounds great. It's a vibe.
There you go. Good for you.
You know, vinyl players are kind of... It feels like it's a little bit more meant for classic rock stuff.
Me and Josh were having a conversation about that.
Because that's the medium that it was meant for in the original place.
And also, like, you know, I love Lil Yachty, but, like, I'm not trying to get Little Boat 1 even. Like, Little Boat 1's probably my favorite Lil Yachty tape, but, like, I just don't need to hear it on vinyl, because, like, the trap sound, I just, like, I love... Birds in the Trap Sing McKnight is my favorite Travis Scott album, but I'm not going to buy it on... I've seen it on vinyl many times, but I'm not going to buy it just because it's like... I feel like it's better made for albums that have like heavier instrumentals and where you can hear all the different sounds better. And I saw, speaking of Lil Yachty, Let's Start Here when I was out in Buffalo with my girlfriend a few months ago. It had just dropped. And I still really enjoy that record. It's not my favorite Yachty record, but I'm like, I would consider getting this one just because it has the qualities of what I look for in a vinyl in terms of the multiple instrumental shit, and it would kind of just makes more sense in that way.
There's just something funny about, like, you know, the idea of like, oh, I'm in the mood for some Travis Scott, like...
Let me put on my vinyl.
Let me bust out this fucking thing, and like, you know,
I just can't justify it.
Like it's all these, like, you know, you're out there with like a bunch of young people and like girls and everyone. They're all ready to party, and you're like, all right, guys, now let me load up my vinyl and fucking putting the little dot there, and then it's like, all right, now everyone shh.
Okay, let's
wait. Hold on, I need to make sure.
Hold on, it skips right here. Hold on.
Hold on. Can we skip the song? Hold on.
Fucking. Oh wait, no, it's a little bit off. I can't.
Where's the groove? I gotta find the groove. Come on. Okay, no, hold on. Okay, there we go.
I know, Travis Scott is meant to be just Bluetooth. You throw it on.
House parties. I
don't want you to cut that one, actually.
I'm just toying around.
Yeah, that's funny.
But yeah, if you're an avid fan of the podcast, which I know you are, you've seen our vinyls of the day many times. We don't have one today because I have a different setup going on here for this episode. But
it's episode 50. Can you believe it, guys? 50 episodes.
Who knows if we'll get 50 more?
Like we could just have like a live SuperFinger, like live Rapcast channel that's just
they're just always playing,
constantly
Rapcast?
playing episodes.
Oh, yeah, we could. We could.
You
or
know,
if someone would like fall asleep to that, like a 10-hour loop kind of.
Hey, if the Canadian government wants us to collaborate in any torture devices, we could lend our audio files.
Let us know, because I'll keep my farts and burps in. If
all-time fart and burp compilation coming up.
Yeah, coming soon for sure. I'm gonna rebrand that account too. I'm gonna do something different with it. I haven't posted.
Hey, maybe instead of talking about Dreamville, we can also talk about your business opportunity at the
Oh, yeah.
We can say we are veterans of the Winter Kush Olympics. They are probably some kind of criminal organization, but like...
Well, it was because the space was so strange. It was like in a hollowed out fucking abandoned beside a Harvey's type fucking vibe.
East Toronto is a vibe.
It's a Scarborough. It was a Scarborough ting, you know what I'm saying? And you know,
it was interesting.
It was interesting for sure.
There was some vendors.
You got to leave.
Yeah,
I had to stay.
You were working.
I was getting paid, so
for me it was just pleasure.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically they had all these booths around. People were selling various marijuana.
Some of the vendors were dope. Shout out whatever the vendors were there.
Oh,
they were cool shit. I
we
got
bought
some free edibles out of it.
Yeah,
so,
actually, the edibles I bought really didn't do much.
Didn't really do much. Yeah. Well, you're a heavy weed smoker, so
Yeah.
Tolerance is higher, I suppose. But
it was an interesting hip hop related.
Yeah, they played some tracks that I wouldn't expect them to play. 37th Street by Brockhampton was one where I'm like, that's an interest. I wouldn't expect to play that at like a lively social event, but I appreciated it.
The Logic Joey Badass song.
Yeah, there was the Larry June, one of the new Larry June Alchemist joints. There were some other good ones that I'm like, yeah, these are.
My girlfriend hated the music.
Oh yeah, she can't stay. She's not listening to this right now at this point.
Pretty funny.
I would suspect. It was cool, but it was not very well run.
There's supposed to be like weed related events, like who can smoke the most bowls,
who can roll the best joint. It was gonna be like who can stay in the hot box longest. Like some of them I were actually interested on seeing, like the cool smoke trick type shit. And there was almost none of it. There was the beer pong.
They
weed
played
thing.
weed pong.
So instead of taking a drink of beer, you take a drink of like a weed infused shot of whatever, which looked very good. I didn't actually get to have any, but it looked good.
Well, you were working.
But I was already fucking swamped at that point too. I had a weed drink and fucking 3 joints or whatever. There was that, and then I think I had left at that point because I'm like, my phone's gonna die. I need to know how to get home.
I don't want to die in Scarborough.
Yeah, this can't be my last fucking outing here, so I gotta get out of here. But it only literally went on for like 20 minutes after I left, and I think it was just from their stories. It was like who can roll the best joint shit. It was kind of underwhelming. There were cool people, like cool music, like in a different. If things were different, or better run, I think it could be a success. But they're having another one in April for 420, so I might get invited to that. So
here's the thing: like I like weed and hanging out with people and stuff, but like I'm not really into the smoking like indoors in like an unventilated.
That's
room.
What you and Dahlia were saying. Like I don't want to hear people have people hearing me cough and shit, like coughing all over them and type shit. Like
I just don't want to like burn down in a fiery blaze.
Because it didn't seem like it was the. Again, it seemed like an abandoned fucking storefront. Like it didn't. It seemed almost not legit.
Yeah.
No, I get what you're saying, and a silver lining is that it helped me realize how much of a not of a stoner I am being there. Just like people talking to me and shit. I'm like, man, I know next to nothing about all of this shit.
Yeah.
I smoke when I do, and I have fun with it, but like I'm not passionate about it.
Yeah.
But shut them out anyway. They're trying shit. They're doing shit. If you want to meet me, I might be at the 420 event for that.
And if you want to give this man a job, he is doing weed-related photography.
I'm doing contract shit, so help me out here, guys.
Hire this man,
please.
Okay, so we'll let you get your thoughts
I'll talk
off,
about some new music shit, because at this point you're not going to listen to the Dreamville album, probably. Or it's a Dreamville soundtrack for the Creed 3 movie.
Honestly, I think I did listen to it once.
There are, to me, many highlights, honestly. It's for a soundtrack. It's pretty good. There are some that are dragged down by it sounding too soundtracky. Like, even the one with... the only one with J. Cole in here is Adonis Interlude, which is like, is that somehow a reference to Drake's Child? I don't fucking know.
No.
But...
It's like Apollo Creed or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. It has to do with the movie. But... Like, I like J. Cole a whole lot, and I like his verse on it, but the beat is very much like the triumphant, too much horns, like what you would expect in a soundtrack type song, which is what I don't really vibe with. Like, there were some really good R&B cuts on here. Hate Me Now with Aaron Ray and Mariba and Omen is great. Layup with Sir and Sid is a match made in heaven.
Yeah. So Mariba, that's the one girl from, she was on
she's in Spillage Village, but she's not on Dreamville.
Okay. Yeah, because I recognize her voice from...
Yeah.
Because Spilligion is still one of my favorite albums.
Yeah, I think they're coming out with another one this year, Spilligion, so look forward to that one. Ari Lennox is on here on a track called Greater. I'm not the biggest fan of it. The songs with Boss are like very kind of like reggae...
You always hate on Ari Lennox.
Infused. Kind of. The one songs with Boss, like I'm just not a big fan of that sound. But the song Culture, it starts off like kind of in a... You expect like a soundtrack for a movie like Creed 3 to like start off with a bang, but it starts off kind of low key with Reason, Mez, and Simba, and someone named Bay, but spelled with an 8 instead of a B. I think I don't know how you fucking pronounce that. 8A. I don't know. Song Culture is good. JID and Luke kill it on My Boy. Just Face It with Blast is okay. I don't really go back to that one. Headhunters with Westside Boogie and Cause is a good one. Jack with Buddy and Earth Gang is probably one of my favorite ones on there. That one's a bop. Like, there's some good songs on here. It's just, it's a soundtrack, so you kind of got to temper expectations a little bit. I remember seeing when it came out originally a few weeks ago, people were really fucking dogging it, like really trashing on it. I'm like, guys, it's a fucking soundtrack. Like, you expecting this to be Black Panther type shit? Like, it's not curated like that. It's just a soundtrack. Like, it's not that deep. So that's why I thought I enjoyed it more than other people, but.
It's funny how that...
there's a Halsey song on here that's pretty bad.
The Creed thing was almost overshadowed by the clip of Michael B. Jordan, like, getting his revenge on some girl from his high school who was like... you were hating on me back in the day, and now you're interviewing me on this red carpet. Like, fuck you. And, I don't know.
Strange look.
The guy seems like he's...
That's pretty pathetic, honestly.
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan has been kind of courting... social media controversy stuff for a while because
there was sort of dating Lori Harvey or whatever, right? Like that was a whole thing.
Yeah, and then they and then he got broken up with, and he was like at a basketball game, and they took a photo of him like looking sad or whatever. And it's just too much media bullshit going on with that. And who's really watching the Creed movies?
Anthony loved it, and he's not like a Creed guy. It's because there was a lot of anime fucking like. Tie-in somehow. I don't fucking know, man.
Oh man. Hey, maybe to save this episode, we can call him up and he can talk the 100 Gecs album. That would be honestly pretty funny.
I'll call him I'll call him after this.
That would be really funny.
Sorry, it wasn't a Halsey track that was bad. The Kalani track was pretty bad. The last song I want to shout out is the In the Room with BJ the Chicago Kid, JID, and Tierra Whack. That one goes hard as well. Again, there's a few good songs on here. Temper your expectations is a fucking soundtrack. What are you gonna do? Speaking of Spilligion, another member, or do you have any last things?
I just saw that Moray had a song on it.
Moray's on there. I don't really remember that one, if I'm being real.
Moray was like I remember us saying like,
Dude, what were our predictions on Moray?
He's going to be something in a couple days, or a couple, whatever.
Couple days. Years. Yeah. And nothing really happened.
Well, we'll see. I mean,
I guess we'll see.
I think he's pretty good, but...
he's solid. Speaking of, Spilligion, another member of Spilligion dropped, which is Black, 6 Lack, if you will. I haven't listened to any of his other albums before, but I was, I wanted to listen to this one, the single, Since I Have a Lover, which is the title track. It's a really nice, great summary R&B love-struck track. I really enjoyed it. But overall, the album is similar to kind of how I would review the Caliucci's album on last episode, in terms of, like, it kind of fails to grasp my attention for a lot of it, even at an even crazier extent than Caliucci's album. Like,
and it also has a Don Toliver.
It also has I don't know what Don Toliver has on these fucking artists, but there's a handful of great songs on there. But again, like as an album, I kind of just get bored after a while. His voice is like very almost sleepy as well, and it's like with a lack of like features, like a whole album of just him is
I've always been kind of bored by 6 Lack, to be honest with you, but.
Yeah, I thought you had that opinion.
Not that he's bad, but...
He's good in small doses, as what I've come to realize, and in features and stuff, or with a feature artist, but I don't know if his music is necessarily for me, but it's not the most attention-grabbing thing. It's a cool vibe, like if I'm driving at night to it, it's cool, but not the best thing in the world for me, but teach their own. Alright, I'm gonna attempt to call Tony here, because I think that Caleb's a bust. I texted him, I emailed him, I Instagrammed him. He might have unfollowed us on Instagram, so... We'll see.
Yeah. I know. At this point, I'm thinking I saw him follow us earlier today. Now there's the unfollow. He's not responding.
What if it was a figment of our collective imagination?
He took one look and completely deleted his entire online presence.
He was like, I'm not trying to be found by these Rapcast guys. I'm going to give up hip-hop. We caused this man, who had a very promising career, to quit. This is going to be an interesting thread that will be following.
What if he's talking to some other podcast now?
They're talking to fucking Hive Mind or some the NFR boys or some shit like that. Can't stand those motherfucking guys. Sorry, guys.
Wow, so 10,000 Gecs. They added
one digit.
That's a lot of Gecs. I'm going to listen to the first song right now, Dumbest Girl Alive.
That one's good. THX.
Oh.
That shit. It's kind of a ska record. It's kind of a ska rock record, actually.
Rapcast, episode 50.
This has to be going off at emo night right now. That's it? That's all you want to hear? You don't want to hear the vocals?
When I ripped off my Lennon hat, I realized
how precious it is to you.
How precious
fucker
he is to world history.
Oh my god.
Our heroes are being written out of history.
And if you're an aspiring rapper or singer or producer or anything that has to do with hip-hop in general or the overarching landscape, hit us up in the email below at superfinger or superfinger.business@gmail.com. Hit us up there or at Superfinger Inc. On Instagram, Twitter, TikTok as well, even though we don't post on TikTok.
And here's to another 50 episodes.
Indeed.
On episode 100, I'm going to kill myself in front of everyone.
I'll be taking this mysterious potion that is in here for the 50th episode, and we'll find out what it is.
Fuck it, you release ancient spirits from Korea.
This is some Korean fucking absinthe? I'm not entirely sure.
There's stuff in there?
It's liquor.
Oh, gross.
You turn into a demon.
Yeah. You gonna give me a hit of that or what?
He's turning into a werewolf.
Fucking sucks, bro. I had 2 shots of it the fucking other night with my friends. It's bad. Yeah. Man. Those Koreans, man. I don't know what to tell you. They make good cars, but...
they make good nuclear weapons, but... My hair looks so... I look like I'm 76 years old.
Shadow Rapcast episode 50. Everyone we interviewed today, JoeJas, Ric.Indigo. Check out their music, everything, their Instagrams, everything is going to be linked below. And
we also had 2 white rappers on the docket, but they fucking bailed on us. So it's the last time I'm ever trusting anybody with white skin. Okay.
Hey man, what can you say? Here's to another 50.
Like if you're white, I don't like you.
Here's to another 50, everyone. We're not going to change any fucking time soon. Rapcast, baby.
We're only going to get better.
More problematic.
I just wanna speak from